Hi guys, welcome to my coffee show. My name is Jack and today we're going to play with my Flair Pro 2. But before we go to that, I will quickly tell you, well, it's a kind of a sad story. I mentioned to a few of you that in the next week or so we're going to see a new electric grinder. Bought the grinder on eBay. It was a used grinder. Unfortunately, it arrived damaged and it's unusable. At the time of recording, I don't know what the outcome will be. The person I bought it from on eBay claims that I damaged the grinder. So I will quickly show you the grinder. Let's use the opportunity to at least see the grinder. So that's the single dose grinder from Ceado. I was so happy about that. Look at that, it's a nice big dosing cup here. So that's a kind of more like a coffee shop grinder, but it's a, well, I wouldn't call it a end game grinder, but high end. So the turn on switch on top, I'm not sure if this one does anything or not. As I mentioned, I cannot turn it on. You can also grind directly into the portafilter, although I've read some reviews that it's not perfect. What I like here, look, you can take off that and then you can clean the chute, so that's supposed to help with the zero retention. And now here, as you can see, there is that nice bellow. So you drop the coffee in here. It grinds 18 grams of coffee supposedly in like around 4 seconds, obviously depending on the settings. I guess this one you can put on top to help with the blowing. Very nice way of regulating this machine. So if you want to make a big adjustment, you just take this away. You can rotate the wheel here to make appropriate big adjustments, because it grinds for everything from espresso to filter, probably even French press. And then once you're in place, you can lock it in here, and then using this you will be making a small adjustment. So inside you probably won't be able to see 83 millimeters burrs, and it looks like, I haven't opened it, but it looks like it's a tin coated burr, so the upgraded burr. So it is a beast. It's a huge grinder. I was so happy when I got it, and I managed to buy it for the fraction of price, but unfortunately, as I said, it arrived damaged. Electric cord is cut here, and then here it's almost completely cut, and it looks like it might be cut inside here as well. Now let's play with Flair. So the Flair is a manual, it's a lever espresso machine, very simple. No nonsense espresso machine. You've got the drip tray, you've got the body very nicely built. I've done an unboxing, so those of you who haven't seen, I will possibly leave some links in the description. The most important thing about this type of espresso machine without any boilers is a temperature management. So every part of the group head has to be hot. So lots of people mentioned I could put the group head on top of the kettle when I boil the water. I'm actually holding it in a hot water here on my kitchen, so it will get hot soon. So that's let's say a portafilter. That will be the group head. And then what this machine offers, there is the pressure gauge, and the pressure gauge is something important, especially if you are new to this type of espresso machines, or if you're obsessed with details. I remember when I bought my La Pavoni, I joined the La Pavoni group on the internet, and lots of people, those who are well experienced with those machines, they say it's all about the feel. You don't really need any gauges. It's all about the feel. And at that time, I didn't understand that. I because when you're a beginner, you need a reference point. You need to know where you are, and then you can improve according to the taste or your results. But once you know what you are doing, it's actually spot on, because with the lever machines, it's what you feel and what you see. So you feel the resistance from the pack, and then you can save even not the perfect shot. Kind of similar thing with the my descent. On the descent, it's actually the computer, the algorithm that takes the informations from the coffee pack, sends it to the brain of the machine, and then adjusts the pressure profile accordingly. Here you have a full control, and it's what you feel and your experience and your brain, your processor here helps you with extraction. I could use some simple coffee. For example, this is a very nice coffee from Dua Fratelli coffee roaster. Every now and then, even though I'm a big fan of naturally processed, interesting coffees, every now and then you want a coffee that tastes like a coffee, and this is it. This is it. So I know this would work really, really well, but that would be too easy for this channel. We want to challenge ourselves. So I thought, let's give another go to my geisha coffee from Caravan Coffee Roaster. So some time ago we did play with this particular coffee, and the results were not perfect. I wasn't happy. I didn't get the flavor notes. So talking about the flavor notes, the apricot jam, orange blossom, and a cream soda. I'm still not sure how cream soda should taste like. But I will be definitely looking for apricot jam and orange blossom here. When I spoke to I talked to the roaster, and they said, no, this is not for espresso, this is for a pour over. But I think I know better than people who are experts. I kept that coffee in the freezer, so it should be okay. Let's use 16 grams of coffee in and 32 grams of liquid out. Again, it's all about the feel, so I won't tell you exactly how long the shot should take. The important thing is how it tastes. The first shot, I think I will start with the long pre-infusion. This is a light, uber light coffee, so that long pre-infusion should help to extract more flavors. And then we will slowly ramp up the pressure. Some people say don't go beyond 7, so maybe 7. I will see what I get from the coffee pack. So we will get to 7, and then we will be slowly ramping down. So in the background you can hear the kettle is boiling the water. So I'm using my Brewista Kettle. I haven't tried to use Flair since I got it, so my skills are still very basic. So I use the dosing funnel. I'm using DF64 with SSP burrs. And just quickly WDT. It always looks like it's well too much, but then once you tamp it, you can see there's plenty more space. So you get nice tamper with this Flair. So just place it on, nothing crazy. The important thing is to be consistent and more or less leveled. Okay. And the pack screen, I asked people which way I should put the pack screen on, and the answer I got was that either way works, so I put it this way. Now this is uber hot now. Coffee is locked in. You put it right here. My scale is slightly too big, so it's difficult to place it, but I will do my best. Now the water goes inside. So the moment you put the water in, the water goes into the coffee, so the coffee is in contact with water, so that's the pre-soaking. You lock pressure gauge. Now, what I will do, I will wait a little bit longer, let that water soak, then I will apply slight pressure. So there is like a kind of a pre-infusion, let's say 20 seconds of that with two or three bars of pressure, let's say 2 bars of pressure. And then we will pull a shot. On the DF64, I'm on the setting number 20. To around 7 bars now. Looks like it's going fast, and there is a channeling. Oh, we got a shot. Let's try it. So the first shot of the geisha coffee on Flair. Smells like a tea with lemon. Not sure. There is a sour note, not too strong, but I wouldn't say there is apricot jam here. I mean, this is a pleasant shot. It's just I want those tasting notes. I want those tasting notes. I think this particular shot I should grind a little bit finer. To my liking, it went a little bit too fast. That resistance from the pack, it wasn't there. So probably slightly under extracted. So I will be pulling another one, the same ratio, okay? And then once we find the grind settings, maybe we will play with the ratio again. Okay, so looks a little bit better now to me. I've got a proper resistance from the pack. And now when I feel it's easier, then I slow down a little bit with the pressure. I mean, it looks very similar. Let's try it. I have to say, for the person who, this is my 4th shot I've ever pull on this machine, the workflow is kind of okay. I mean, because the reason I'm recording it is mostly for people who maybe consider getting the Flair Pro 2, maybe as a daily driver, maybe as something you use when you travel. For both cases, it's a very nice machine to have. So that's why I'm showing you step by step my clumsy attempts. So maybe I will be able to help you with your troubles with Flair Pro 2. Most likely, you in your comments will be able to help me with my issues. So maybe it's psychosomatic, but I'm getting more oranges now in the aroma. Less tea and more oranges, so that's a good sign. Definitely oranges. Definitely. Sweetness. The bitterness went up slightly as well, probably because the shot took longer to pull. Again, I'm not obsessed with that type of machine. I'm not obsessed with the time of the shot. But it's worth to record it. So then when you pull next shot, if this shot would be perfect for you, then you want to repeat it. I think I like it better. Yeah, I definitely like it better. Again, lots of acidity. Bitterness is slightly up, but it works well with the oranges. So it's kind of a sweet, bitter, sweet, sour oranges, and no apricots. Maybe a little bit, a hint of tea, like a strong black tea as well. That's my tasting notes. I guess lots of people say that geisha coffee, you can find the tea notes in that coffee. So maybe I'm right here. let's play a little bit more. What we could change. So for the third and final shot, so we're getting there. For the third and final shot, I want to experiment. So I want to pull a super long pre-infusion for about maybe 45 seconds, maybe even longer. So that 2 bar of pressure for long time, so that coffee will be in contact with the water for the long time. Then I will ramp up the pressure and I will finish the shot. I will be aiming for around 1 to 3 ratios. Because of that long pre-infusion, I will grind slightly finer than the previous shot. It was a kind of the shot inspired by profiles on a decent. At some point we will compare decent shots with the shots from the Flair Pro 2, but I'm not experienced enough with the Flair to do it yet. By the way, it's a good time now to click like, and if you haven't subscribed, and also in the comments you can leave me your favorite recipes on a Flair. How do you approach expensive, tricky, very light roasted coffees? What is your favorite recipe? If I find something that works, I will steal it and I will claim that it was my invention. So definitely leave it in the comments, please. Am I the only person that used the dosing cup to pull the plunger up after after finishing the shot to be able to pull another one? So I put the group head on top and I push it down. I've got a big cup of espresso, 50 grams of coffee. Let's taste it. Okay, I can actually smell those orange blossoms. So it's a good start. Let's taste it. Obviously the texture is a bit different. Less bitter. Interestingly, the shot is less bitter than the second one, even though it took longer because that pre-infusion itself was 45 seconds and then shot itself took another minute or so. I'm still not sure about the cream soda. Apricot jam, I cannot say I can taste it now, but it's a very orangey, probably because it's more diluted. Probably the second shot, maybe there was a bit more oranges, but there was also more bitterness. Here the bitterness it's reduced. Sweetness is more present. It's like a black tea with a teaspoon of honey and a slice of orange. That's how this coffee tastes like to me. So the first one was bad, the second and this one both very good. This one more mellow. So then again, you can experiment with your flair. That's why you've got a pressure gauge. That's why you watch two channels like this one, so you can discover different ways of pulling the shots. I wouldn't say this one is much better or much worse than the second one, but it's interesting. What other videos you would like to see with the Flair? Probably lots of you who use the Flair, you probably have a hand grinder as well, so maybe for the next video maybe we play with the Flair and one of my hand grinders. Maybe we even compare two hand grinders grinding for the Flair. I mean, after my last attempt of grinding with Comandante for Espresso, I kind of cannot look at my hand grinders. I keep them somewhere over there. I don't even want to look at them for the moment, but maybe in the future, especially if you, because de facto you are my boss, so if you want to see me hand grinding for espresso, I will. Click like, subscribe and all of that. I will put some affiliate links in the description as well, so if you want to support the channel, you can buy something from Amazon by clicking my links. You don't have to buy necessarily those things that I'm showing, but if you buy something, there is a chance I will get some small commission. But for today, oh, I had so much espresso today. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Jack. This is my coffee show, and hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.